You lay your head down to rest, but inside, your heart is still running a race it cannot win. The walls of your vessels are tight, bracing for a storm that never ends. Most people ignore this nightly tension, thinking sleep is enough to heal. 99% miss the last part, and if you do, you are leaving the gates of your life unlocked while the pressure builds to a breaking point. If you stop now, you risk waking up to a body that has finally surrendered to the silent surge, nightly transition. You see, my friends, as we reach the autumn of our lives, the way we transition from the light of the day to the darkness of the night becomes a sacred duty. In the younger years, the body is like a flexible willow. It can bend with the wind and snap back into place. But as time passes, the willow becomes an oak. It is stronger, yes, but it is also more rigid. If the internal pressure becomes too high, the oak does not bend. It cracks. When you prepare for sleep, you are not just closing your eyes. You are asking your internal rivers to find their calmest state. Most people carry the heat of the day into their beds. They carry the noise of the news, the weight of their worries, and the friction of their movements. This heat causes the blood to move with a frantic energy. It pushes against the banks of your veins with a force that keeps the heart on high alert. To lower this pressure, you must understand that the body requires a signal to move from the state of doing to the state of being. Without this signal, the emperor's gate, the heart, remains guarded and tense, even while you dream. The hours before midnight are the most critical for the restoration of your vital force. This is when the internal janitors of the vessel begin their work of clearing the debris and cooling the fires. If the pressure is too high during this time, the cleaning cannot happen. The body stays in a state of emergency and you wake up feeling as though you have been fighting a battle all night. To find true rest, you must use the element of water to carry a message of peace to every cell. You must provide the body with a cooling essence that allows the vessels to widen and the pulse to soften. Think of your blood pressure as a reflection of your internal weather. If the sun has been too hot all day, the earth is parched and tight. You need a gentle evening rain to soak the soil and release the tension. This is what the right nourishment before bed can do. It acts as that gentle rain. It is not about a chemical knockout, it is about a biological unclinching. When the vessel unclinches, the pressure naturally drops and the life force can flow into the organs that need healing. This is the first step in mastering your longevity. Ruby Essence, the most powerful cooling rain for the internal rivers, is a simple infusion made from the dried petals of a vibrant tart flower, the hibiscus. In the wisdom of the earth, this ruby essence carries a specific frequency that speaks directly to the walls of the blood vessels. It contains the power to inhibit the enzymes that cause the vessels to narrow. When you drink this warm, tart liquid before you rest, you are effectively telling your arteries to let go. You are inviting a state of expansion where there was once contraction. You see, the tartness of the hibiscus is a signal to the liver and the heart to release the excess heat. For seniors whose systems may have become sluggish or heavy, this flower acts as a gentle stimulant for the flow of fluids without being a burden on the nervous system. It does not provide a false energy, it provides a clearing energy. As the ruby liquid moves through you, it helps to flush out the salts and the toxins that hold onto water and create bloat. By removing the excess water, you are lowering the volume in the pipes, which immediately lowers the pressure on the heart. It is important that you prepare this drink with the same discipline you would use for any other part of your training. Do not use sugar, for sugar is a fire that will only create more inflammation and tension. If the tartness is too strong, you may add a small amount of a natural, cooling leaf like stevia, or simply appreciate the sharpness as a sign of the medicine's strength. Drink it warm, not hot and not cold. Warmth is the temperature of life. It allows the body to receive the nutrients without having to expend energy to change the temperature of the liquid. As you sip this tea, do not do it while distracted. The ruby essence works best when paired with your intention. Imagine the color of the tea entering your bloodstream and smoothing out the rough edges of your vessels. Imagine your heart beating with a steady, effortless rhythm. This is how you turn a simple drink into a master's elixir. You are not just hydrating, you are programming your body for peace. You are taking responsibility for the state of your internal kingdom before you surrender it to the night. Mindful surrender. Now we come to the part that most people miss, and it is the most vital for those in their senior years. The drink is the tool, but the breath is the master. If you drink the finest hibiscus tea, but your mind is still racing with the shadows of the day, the pressure will remain high. You must pair your evening drink with the practice of mindful surrender. This means that as you finish your cup, you also finish your day. You consciously close the books on your worries, your regrets, and your plans for tomorrow. The danger of ignoring this last part is profound. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer because it does its worst work when you are unaware. If you go to sleep with a clenched mind, your body stays clenched. This creates a spike in pressure during the early hours of the morning, the time when most heart events occur. By practicing a few minutes of deep diaphragmatic breathing after your tea, you are activating the vagus nerve. This is the internal brake that tells the heart it is safe to slow down. It is the bridge between the drink and the dream. I want you to try this. As you sit with your empty cup, take 5 breaths. Inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 8. The long exhale is the signal of release. It tells the nervous system that the predator is gone and the sanctuary is here. With each exhale, imagine the pressure leaving your neck, your shoulders, and your chest. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the chair or the bed. This is the state of liquid stillness. It is the state where the body can finally begin to heal the damage caused by the friction of the day. True health is not something that happens to you, it is something you cultivate through the small, disciplined choices of your life. The ruby essence of the hibiscus and the mastery of the breath are your 2 greatest allies in the fight against the rising tide of pressure. Do not wait for a crisis to begin this practice. Start tonight. Treat your evening transition as the most important appointment of your day. When you master the night, you gain the strength to truly live the day. You move from being a victim of your age to being the master of your vitality. The path to a long and peaceful life is paved with simplicity. We do not need complex machines or expensive chemicals to find our balance. We only need to return to the earth and to our own internal silence. As you lay down tonight, let the cooling power of the flower and the rhythm of your breath be your guardians. May you find the stillness that allows your heart to rest and your spirit to soar. In this stillness, you will find the truth that has always been there, that you are the architect of your own peace and the guardian of your own life force. Final clarity. The greatest medicine is the peace found in the center of your own being. When you stop searching outside for what can only be found within, the world loses its power to frighten you. Your age is not a burden, it is your crowning achievement, a testament to every breath you have mastered and every storm you have weathered. Walk your path with the quiet strength of a mountain and the fluid grace of a river, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. In this stillness, you will find a health that no medicine can provide and a clarity that no shadow can dim. Be honest, did this speak to you too? Which part of your internal weather feels the most turbulent tonight?